Hi everyone, welcome back. And if you can't see or if you can't tell, it's Christmas and I switched up my location and thought to film in front of my decorations, and it just makes me so happy. Like I mean, it says Merry Christmas and my tree and it just gives me all the feels. So anywho, so I thought I would hair was down earlier and I put it in a clip, so I hope it looks okay. And yes, I thought to film today, being that it's been officially a year since I received my keys to my home. And I know I probably sound repetitive the last few videos with saying that, but I mean, it just means a lot to me, so forgive me. And I just remember coming in here like this, it looks so different. I mean, obviously wasn't mine and it was vacant, and just thinking back, like this year flew. Like I wanted to move in like right away, of course, when I got my keys, but I waited till the next month, and I was like, oh, I have to wait so long to decorate. Like it was the holidays and I wanted to move right then and there and decorate, but it was gonna happen. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just wait till next year. And then it's like, boom, here we are. Like rest of winter, spring, summer, fall, just, oh my God, it just went by so fast. Like, I mean, yeah, like things, a lot's happened, but not really. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just nuts looking back at this year. That's why December is just special to me, because not only my birthday month, Christmas, and now the anniversary to when I got my keys to here. So, very magical. So, that out the way. Being that I've been on my own officially a year, now I have, so in the past I've moved out before, but I moved out with my ex-boyfriend slash son's father. Have moved out before I was on my own. However, that didn't really count. I mean, of course it did. Moving out of my parents' house was like the greatest thing to me, because 26 is considered late, but not really in today's time because everything is so expensive. So to me, yes, at the time it was long overdue, but looking back, like not so much. This So I wanted to make this video of the importance of being on your own, completely alone, especially as a single woman. I say that this past year I've officially been on my own, like no roommate, no significant other, husband, and all of that. Just me and my son. And with that, I've learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned that, yes, I don't want to say need, but yes, it's good to have, support. But as far as needing a man, I really don't. I mean, of course, I do want to get married one day. And I, yes, I did or do want a relationship, a serious one soon. However, in the back of my head, I was like, I don't want to meet him right away. I just want to sit in this like state of being, the state of, getting comfortable and being in this new space that's completely mine, and of course my son, but just that's completely mine, because I've never lived on my own before. Like I said, I lived with a significant other for almost 5 years, and while it was nice having our own space, it, it wasn't completely mine. I always wanted to experience that before living, especially before living with a man. I always wanted to do that. And for some reason, like looking back, like before meeting him, I'm sure there's some things that I could have did to do that, like either get a better or had a better job at the time, or two jobs, and rented a room at least. Maybe not a whole apartment because it was more expensive, but at least rent a room. But that's neither here or there. The past is the past. So moving forward, when I lived at home, before I moved here, I said to myself, you know, when I moved back home the second time, or living at home for the second time, 5 years ago at the age of 30, I was like, okay, well, I'll get my chance to be on my own, officially as a single person, because I didn't see myself being in a relationship and getting married straight from living out the house. I just knew that wasn't going to happen. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to know what it was like to have my own space, mine. My mind, no roommate, no significant other, nothing. And I just wanted to share that with the younger generation, or even if you're my age, if you're, you know, newly single, like divorced, or you just haven't moved out yet, you've been living with family or with a significant other, and you haven't had that chance. It is so important as a woman to have her own space. Like, I am just living life. Like, it's just, I'm, you know, even so much time has passed, I still sometimes think to myself, you know, in bed at night, like, wow, this is really mine, and I don't have to answer to anybody. I can, you know, do what I want, like, especially, like, you know, decorating and bringing everything in that's mine. Like, this is, like, I can do what I want, like, literally, to this space, because it is mine. And it, unfortunately, a lot of, especially women, didn't or haven't experienced that yet, or even at all. And I'm so glad I have. And right now, I know it's a lot with cost of living, not just where I'm at in California, but really anywhere. Things are just like, the last time I moved out, it was over 10 years ago. And, well, not over 10 years ago, it was about 10 years ago, 2012, 13, yeah. Things were so much cheaper back then. And, you know, if you have a decent job, of course it's possible. The camera's doing, I hope it's recording. So as I was saying, back then, things were a lot cheaper. And nowadays, things are expensive. However, it's still possible to move out. You know, if you can't afford an apartment, you could always rent a room. And even though you're still living with people, I mean, I consider that still being on your own, because the room is all yours and an apartment is a lot. The purpose of this video is to share that with my experience, that I can feel comfortable in saying that I am ready for a relationship, because I had this time to reflect on really what I want. I won't have any animosity. I won't have any animosity or any resentment going into a relationship, because I would have had that time and literally space to myself for a good period of time. It'll be over a year at some point. I hope to meet someone next year in 2023. Hopefully, you never know. Maybe, maybe not. So we'll see. However, when that time comes, it will be sometime. And I just think it's important in a young woman's life to really experience life without really anybody, especially in a living space. Not having to share, not having to answer to anybody is really liberating for me. And with that being said, not only just being alone a lot, like, I'm really, like, alone. Like, I'm not talking to anybody. Like, there's no one I'm dating at all. Like, and it's weird. Like, It's so weird getting a little personal, but it's very weird, like not having anyone on my line. Like, I don't remember the last time it was like that for me, especially when I was younger. There was always somebody. Um, Obviously not serious. Like it would, I don't know, just it can get lonely. But okay, and it's like, okay, I'm lonely, but I don't have to worry about anyone cheating on me or treating me like shit. So there's an upside. Like it's just crazy. Like, gearing off for a second, it's just crazy how people are so afraid to be alone. And being alone is like pretty liberating, like I had mentioned, especially when you live alone. Yes, it can get lonely. Like, I'm not lonely. I'm just, there are times where it's lonely, but I'm not lonely. Not only do I have my son, I have friends, I have family. Like, I'm not lonely. And when he's not here, I enjoy it. I like the quiet. Sometimes it gets too quiet, and sometimes I'm hitting up my friends like, "Oh, what are you doing?" because I get bored. There's that. Sometimes you can get bored. Um, I go to the gym. That's my like thing. I do errands. I clean. If my son isn't here, and then after that, I'm like, then what? Sometimes, I want to go out. Like, I don't want to always just like drink wine and watch Netflix. So I make the best of it, and it's just crazy. Like, I wanted this for so long, like living at home, and like it finally happened, and I just take it in every day, and I feel so grateful to experience this, and I won't take it for granted at all, because there will be one day where I'm living with my husband in a bigger house, and I'm gonna look back like, wow, like part of me will miss like this, like my place, me being alone, because um, once that time is gone, it's gone. Like, when you're married, like they're always there, and I know what that's like, to live with a man or a significant other. They're always around, and you don't really get that quiet alone time. So ladies, if you're in my situation, you live alone, and I in the so ladies, if you're living alone and sometimes feel lonely, like, just enjoy this time. There's going to be no other time like this. When you do get in a relationship, you're going to look back and be like, dang, I miss being living on my own or living alone and not having to answer to anybody, because it is very freeing and just amazing in itself. And yes, it can get boring and lonely, but there's not not having to answer anyone or to share space is also too. And to the ladies that are wanting so bad to live on their own, don't worry, your time will come. If you work hard to work towards it, whether it be monetary or just afraid, or even if you can't afford to be on your own but too scared, like, don't be scared. Like, I kind of was scared living alone, because I'm like, oh my god, like there isn't a man or a dog to protect me, because like that's what it was like for me the last time. I had a pit bull, and I felt safe, because my ex worked nights at the time too. So there were times where I was alone, but I felt safe because I had a dog. Like, he was the cheapest alarm system. But you know what? I have a ring, okay? Like, I have the double doors. On my door, I have the ring. I'm alerted if someone comes near. I park my car in the garage. Like, I'm fine. Like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared at night. I'm a light sleeper, so if I hear anything, I will jump right up, and I sleep with the door open, in case I hear my son. So it's really not as scary as it can seem. Um, you'll be just fine. So I just wanted to pop on here and share my story of living alone for the past year. It's my house key anniversary officially. I'm filming this on December 8th, and I received my keys, I believe, on the 6th, last year, a whole year ago. And I couldn't be happier. And um, who knows when I will need a significant other and not live alone anymore. But in the meantime, I am enjoying being a single woman, living in our own space, and we'll live it to the fullest. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.